Can you guess what happens next? Yes, you guessed correctly. She just walked on out. She has no idea how close she was to an ambulance phone call. This is the closest I've ever come to running someone over. So let me tell you the story. I'm doing a typical lesson around Stoke-on-Trent, centre of Stoke-on-Trent, right next to a train station, populated, bit like a busy town centre, people everywhere. If there's got to be a person, it's got to be in Stoke Centre. That's a nice one-way system. We're going around, we're on our third or fourth attempt. Sophie's just trying to get used to not going too slow, not expecting everyone to walk out on her, just trying to drive normally like everyone else. And we're just coming around on our third or fourth attempt. As normal, they're walking to the curb, they're walking to the edge of the road, and then they're going to stop because that's what a normal person would do. You get to the edge and you stop, don't you? I mean, that's what most people that don't have a death wish do. Did we do that? No. No, we didn't. We just carried on going, baby. Did we look? No, we didn't look. Why? I don't know. I really don't know. Why didn't she look? What was that about? So then I think to myself, well, she must have headphones in. You know, she's got headphones in, surely. I can't see any headphones. Can you see any headphones? So anyway, we're driving along, we look, we can see this girl coming up. She's clearly going to stop because who wouldn't stop? And she doesn't. I have half a second to react. So what do? I slam that brake on so hard like my life depended on it. I try and grab the wheel as well just to make sure. Sophie slams her brake on and I sit there in shock. I actually beat the horn as well because I'm like, she's not looking. She hasn't even acknowledged that she's crossing a road. So I beat the horn to like, hey, I'm here. Not a long beep, not a, just a little, hello, I'm over here. Finally, we get a reaction. She turns around, she looks, she's seen us. She sort of smiles and waves. Hey, hello. Why? I don't get it. Then you have a look and she sort of looks at the traffic lights. I'm thinking, maybe she thinks the traffic lights are red. Maybe that's what she thought. She was going on a red light, but they weren't. They were both green. I don't know what the hell was going on there. And this nearly had serious consequences. Not only did she nearly get flattened like a pancake, that would have completely destroyed my business. And that would have mentally scarred both me and the learner. Sophie, if something bad had happened there, would have never driven the car again. And then I can't imagine what state the girl would have been in, but it wouldn't have been pretty. Now, Sophie asked a really good question. Imagine this happened on your driving test, okay? Some pedestrian freak accident doesn't happen very often. In fact, you know, probably second time I've ever seen it. Someone walks out on you on your driving test. You've got less than a second to react. Less than a second, okay? Because you can't go randomly slowing down expecting everyone to walk out, because no one would expect a pedestrian to just walk out in the road without looking. Good to be aware, and you get that gut feeling that maybe they will, and that's probably why we did manage to stop. But you're not going to randomly slow down for every pedestrian, expecting them to walk out. So what would happen on your driving test? Well, you've got less than a second to react. So hopefully you press that brake. Is the examiner going to give you a chance to do it on your own? No, I wouldn't have. I didn't even have time to say the word stop. The examiner's going to slam those brakes on as well. So they've intervened. So would they count that as a failed driving test? Well, you've got three options the way I see it. They could potentially just say, I don't think you were going to stop, so you failed your driving test. That's option one. I think that's a bit unfair. You've got option two. They could say, okay, we're going to do a retest, a free retest at a later date. Or you've got option three. They're going to just ignore the fact that that happened and carry on with a normal driving test. It was a freak accident, a freak situation, freak mistake. Wouldn't normally happen and shouldn't be expected on the driving test. And the fact that you've dealt with it and carried on driving, maybe they'll let you off. If you're a driving examiner or you're anyone else that wants to comment and give you feedback, give your thoughts on this. Would it be a failed driving test? Let me know your opinion in the comments. How do you think we reacted to this? Could we have done anything differently? Should we have expected her to walk out on the road? I just don't understand what she was thinking. Was the wave an apology? Was that like a whew? And then when it happened, me and Sophie went into shock. I'm sitting there just looking like, what the hell? What on earth just happened? Like, we've got a van close behind us as well. I'm just thinking, what just happened? I can't even speak. Then I'm like, what the hell just happened? And unfortunately for the rest of the lesson, that left Sophie with a bit of PTSD. The rest of the lesson, she was a mess. She really struggled. I mean, she did it. And towards the very end, she recovered, but that was tough going. That was hard work. Real scary situation. And there's not a lot that prepares you for that sort of thing. Well, the moral to the story is always expect the unexpected. If I had not been paying attention for that second, that poor girl would have been on the floor and that would have left my learner completely decimated and probably decimated me and my business as well. If you're learning to drive or you just want a refresher on your driving, have a look at my online driving course at joshadrivinginstructor.com, or it's in the link just there. It's got everything you need to learn to drive, teach someone to drive, or just have a refresher. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, or you got a comment about this situation, let me know in the comments. I am Josh, your driving instructor. I will see you all through a window.